Thank you, and please be seated. Good evening, members of the Blackstone-Millville Regional School Committee, Superintendent Alan Himmelberger, Mr. Dudek, Mr. Slate, family, friends, teachers, NHS members, and new inductees. My name is Angeline Levitt, and I am the current president of the 2017-2018 Blackstone-Millville chapter of the National Honor Society, and I will be hosting tonight's event. We are gathered here this evening to induct new members into the Blackstone-Millville chapter of the National Honor Society for the 2018-2019 school year, and also celebrate the many successes we've had this year. In continuation of our legacy of being an effective and enthusiastic organization, we as a group have consistently been a positive presence within the BMR community. We have sustained tradition and also introduced new service projects by involving ourselves in numerous activities and projects that exemplify at least one of the 4 pillars of character, scholarship, leadership, and service, which are considered the foundation of our organization. In addition to the many enterprises that members take on within and outside of our group, all members must also maintain a cumulative weighted academic average of 95 or higher. At the beginning of each year, the NHS develops the pillar of character by meeting with other outstanding students in other districts by attending the statewide National Honor Society Conference. Throughout the year, we facilitate the recognition of character via our Student of the Month, and towards the end of the year, the membership also organizes Teacher Appreciation Week. During this week, staff members are recognized for their dedication and thanked for their hard work and inspiration, which allows each student and our members to blossom into their greatest potential. Furthermore, our membership has shown their bright character and appreciation for their community by volunteering to clean up the Very Family Cemetery. This historic cemetery in Blackstone had become overgrown and unkept, and our membership eagerly took on the responsibility to landscape the cemetery and make it once again immaculate for the Very Family. The pillar of scholarship has been expressed through a quarterly honor roll breakfast. This school-wide breakfast brings honor students from across all grades together so that they can be recognized for their achievements. Additionally, the entire membership also actively tutored peers in all subjects and grade levels to increase scholarship district-wide. This year, the membership went above and beyond the pillar of leadership by hosting the 12th annual Empty Bowl Dinner, and it was a remarkable success. Months before the project date, a committee was formed to organize entertainment, food, and supplies for the event. Our award-winning brass choir and high school chorus, both under the direction of Mr. Todd Schaefer, provided fantastic entertainment, and the highlight of the evening were the handcrafted bowls created by our own members. Because of the patience and talents of art teacher Ms. Robertson, NHS members were able to showcase their artistic abilities as they sculpted, fired, and painted bowls to raffle off at the fundraiser. Between the proceeds from our ticket sales, the bowl raffle, and other donations, we raised $1,500 for the Blackstone-Millville Food Pantry to feed those in need throughout the community. We look forward to continuing this event in future years. Year after year, the members of the National Honor Society endlessly devote themselves in serving the community, school, and fellow students. This year, our entire membership has defined itself by partaking in multiple collaborative service projects, including Book Bingo and the Miracle Minute. Book Bingo is an initiative to garner literacy among younger generations by collecting the books we loved as kids and passing them on as a prize in a bingo game. This year, we had major support from both the Millville and Blackstone libraries, as well as the middle school. In our Miracle Minute, we raised over $500 for Toys for Tots to bring holiday cheer to those in need. Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." This year, we had 30 highly involved members of the National Honor Society that gave up their time to aid others and continuously came up with creative ways in which they can help others. At this time, I would like to introduce our superintendent, Mr. Alan Himmelberger. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angeline. This is by far the best part of being a superintendent, recognizing student achievement. Good evening, and welcome to our National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. I first want to say a personal thank you to Mrs. Mary Ann McLean, our NHS advisor, and Mr. Stephen Slate, our keynote speaker, who are both retiring in a few short weeks. Thank you for all you have done over the years for so many. It has been an honor to be your colleague. When I was asked to speak tonight, I thought of the need for thoughtful and respectful leadership that is sorely lacking in so many areas of our society today. All of our country's institutions need leadership now, it seems, more than ever. Leadership must inspire. It needs to make us face our frailties, our realities, and our future potential. We must reconcile our efforts with our goals. Facebook and Twitter are wonderful ways to communicate, but leadership sometimes requires courage and perseverance and more personal methods of communication, such as speaking and listening some more, preferably in the same room. There was a common expression when I was your age, just a few short years ago. You can either be part of the problem or you can be part of the solution. By your presence here tonight, you have shown that you want to be part of the solution, to make our schools, our communities, our state, and our country the very best they can be. Thank you to your parents and families who have supported you and helped you on your journey to tonight. On your way home, please thank them, for they are your first and best teachers. Congratulations, and my very best wishes to those being inducted this evening and to all members for your continued good works. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Himmelberger. At this time, the brass choir will perform a march by Peter Tchaikovsky. Thank you. As mentioned earlier, membership in the National Honor Society is earned by the effective demonstration of the 4 pillars held in high esteem by the Society. The other 4 officers will first light a candle to represent each one of those pillars from the center candle of knowledge and then speak on these qualities. First, my Vice President, Arthur Newsgratian, will speak on character.
Character. Ever since we were younger, People have always told us the importance of character, how it truly affects who you are and what you do. But we were never actually given a definition. No one ever sat us down to have a conversation about what character is or what it means to us. You see, character is a defining trait in one's personality, and that character is in the forefront of the formation of our identity. In the elementary school library, there was a poster that read, "Character is what you do when no one else is looking." And as younger children, we might brush it off. Being the smart kid I was, I figured character just meant that I did my homework and was generally a good kid. While not the complete definition of character, it is related. And as a kid, I had my own feeling on the subject. And as we all matured, the definition did as well. The current dictionary definition of character is a complex of mental and ethical traits distinct to a person or group. Here we see that character isn't this word that refers to a singular aspect. It's a complex, a whole assortment of traits that define us and make us distinct from each other. This is where the phrase, "it builds character," comes from. Hard times and experiences teach us lessons, and what we take with us are those mental and ethical values from it. These experiences help us to better act if put in that situation again, as we now know the correct course of action. Our elementary definition refers to the morality section, what we do when no one else is looking. To rephrase it, character is how readily we act on what we know to be correct or incorrect behavior. Character contains these morals that tell us to pick up that trash or help that person whose hands are full. Now, it's not just this group that we're gathered here to celebrate, and it's not just because they strive to help people for the sake of it, but also because we know that the world and ourselves are better for doing it, for doing what we all know is right. Since character is different for each person based on their experiences, there's a sort of quality of character. There is a difference between knowing what is right and observing rather than knowing and acting upon it. This is the refinement of character. It's arguable that most people understand right from wrong, but if they were put in the situation, I bet few would go out of their way to act on what they know to be right. Over the course of the year, I've been able to watch our NHS grow, not in numbers or the amount of money in our treasury, but actual life lessons and values that are impossible for any to carry on from here without. While I hope that all of us may act on our character correctly each day, the NHS allows an entire mass of us to do it together, to affect things larger than just an individual. And in doing this, we don't just make someone happy or inspire hope in the future for some, but we further act on and refine our character, becoming the people this world so desperately needs. In an organization like this, it's important to recognize that all of us have only come this far thanks to those of you whose family is next to and before me. The high-quality character I speak of is only that in which we've learned from watching you, and I thank you. As Vice President, I have the honor of saying that the culmination of character observed over the course of this year isn't that of superheroes or folktales, but rather that of the people I've had the pleasure of serving with, those who reside on the stage, and the future of those before me. Thank you.
And next, Treasurer Anita LaHue will speak on leadership.
Leadership. People will never forget what you said. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Our quote that we chose for this year perfectly embodies what it means to be a leader. While our many members have taken on leadership roles in our chapter's committees and in the many activities in which they are involved, having a title is not what makes one a leader. A leader is someone who goes out of their way to leave every person better than they found them. A leader spreads kindness, chooses to love, and includes others. All of the students that you see on stage and those that sit before me exemplify this. They are the students who go out and leave our school better than they found it. They use their actions and words for kindness, make the effort and the time to help those in need, and remind others without even trying that they matter. While our chapter tirelessly works throughout the year to put on our successful events and projects, there is one thing that is practiced each and every day by our members without planning or recognition, and that is the student leadership that can be found in these hallways, this cafeteria, and this community. And that is perhaps our greatest success of all.
And now, Secretary Haley Carroll will speak on scholarship.
Scholarship. Why are we learning this? How am I going to use this after high school? I'm sure every student ponders this question at some point in their school careers. However, prior knowledge that you learn in the classroom could one day be the key to finding a solution that everyone else overlooks, or it could be the reason that you stand out and shine in a discussion. Even if this is not so, many students do not realize that there's an even deeper reason that every lesson they are taught in school can be used in the future, no matter the subject. It's maybe just not in the traditional way that they would expect. Where the useful and practical information ends, this is where scholarship begins. Scholarship is dedication to learning and knowledge for its own sake. It's a quality that separates the people that attend school to get their diploma and the people that attend school to become lifelong learners. The process of conquering new ideas and putting in the time and effort to truly understand something is highly beneficial. No one ever attains true scholarship without first gaining passion and grit for improving their mind. It takes determination and perseverance to take challenging courses, and the attitudes and habits that students form along the way begin to appear in every aspect of their life, and they remain with them even after they graduate. The more you learn, the more diligent you become, and the better you are at solving problems. The values and mindset that come along with the academic achievements are what makes scholarship so important to the NHS. The students that are sitting in the audience tonight have shown they are dedicated to their studies. This dedication is now being carried over from education to be shared with service. Tonight, the inductees are committing to helping their community to the degree that they are committed to learning. By tutoring others, our inductees will help their peers gain their own scholarship and develop the mindset of a lifelong learner that will carry them to success. As a pillar of the NHS, scholarship is not only a quality that our members have, it is something we want everyone to be able to achieve. Thank you.
Lastly, historian Nicole Gazinski will speak on service.
Service. True community service is an attitude. Those who truly serve our community work well with others and are willing to take on difficult responsibilities. When they look back upon their service, they are able to realize that they did something worthwhile, that they helped their community in some way. It is not simply a means to an end, but the opportunity to make a difference in someone's day, and I feel our chapter expresses this very well. Service is one of the major pillars of the National Honor Society and something that every member participates in regularly. The requirement is 10 hours over the summer and first semester and 8 the second semester, but our members go above and beyond this requirement. We volunteer at drama club performances and babysit at various schools in our district. We also have our own annual events that we continue to run, including our Kisses Senior Goodbye, where people can pay money to send a bag of Hershey Kisses and a handwritten note to a senior on the last day of school. This is a small thing we do in our community, but many look forward to it as a tradition in our school. We also volunteer at our local food pantry every Tuesday and Saturday for an hour. This is an integral part of our chapter service and helps our members constantly contribute to our community outside of our school. We also started a new tradition this year, Daffodil Day. We bought daffodils and put them in vases with water and a ribbon tied to it with a poem about daffodils and sold them in the hallways at school. We donated the money in honor of Jake to help make his wish come true, and the daffodils helped to brighten everyone's day. Not only do members participate in volunteering within our school and our chapter, but we find service outside of what we normally do. Anything from hospitals to cat sanctuaries, our members are always looking for new ways to serve our community. Our quote this year was, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel," by Maya Angelou. This is a quote that our National Honor Society embodies because our service is more than just our simple actions, but the way in which we go about them and the way we treat others. This honor society has always inspired me with its passion and determination to help others, and I believe it has inspired others in our community as well. On behalf of all the officers, congratulations to everyone here tonight. To the rising seniors, I hope you have enjoyed the experience of being in the National Honor Society and will continue to excel in the future. To my advisor and the officers, thank you for providing me and the rest of the society with the support we needed in our chapter. It has been a pleasure and an honor working with all of you. Congratulations to the new inductees of the 2018 to 2019 National Honor Society. I hope you achieve even more and improve upon our society. I wish the best of luck to our members in all of their future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Would all the candidates for induction into the Blackstone-Millville Regional Chapter of the National Honor Society and also current members please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat after me the National Honor Society pledge. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school. And will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Thank you. Please be seated. This year, the National Honor Society informally inducted 3 seniors after the fall semester. These members have been actively involved in the NHS functions throughout the rest of the school year and also performed many hours of community service. I would now like to formally induct these seniors and our new members. Please hold your applause until all members have been inducted. From the senior class, Isabel D. Madison Retchick. Julia McDonald. And now from the junior class, Emily Bullen. Samantha Butts. Jenna Castelluccio. Claire Collins. Rebecca Gagnon. Jacob Heldenberg. Cameron Werning. And now from the sophomore class, Aaron Brown. Danielle Catalano. Elizabeth Correa. McKenna Kress. Brooke Cugini. Jordan DaCosta. Ashlyn Novio. Julia Poirier. Daniel Pollock. And finally, Ethan Stearman. Congratulations to all of you. This evening, I have the privilege of introducing our keynote speaker, Mr. Stephen Slate. Mr. Slate has worked at BMR for 16 years. Before becoming a teacher, he found himself working at apple juice companies and began teaching later in his career. Students and faculty alike respect and appreciate Mr. Slate for the interesting classes he hosts, and more importantly, the delicious bowl cookies that he brings us on Mole Day. From chemistry to biology to integrated science, almost every student has had the pleasure of sitting through one of Slate's classes. Mr. Slate has provided each student at BMR the tools and resources to understand the classes he's taught, which frequently meant staying after for hours and going through the same thing with students until they truly understood the principle he was trying to get across. And now I'd like to welcome Mr. Stephen Slate.
Thank you, Angeline. Thank you. Get my spectacles out. Good evening, Mr. Himmelberger, Mr. Dudek, parents, staff, National Honor Society members and inductees. Thank you for inviting me to be part of tonight's induction. And thank you to Mrs. McLean, who has worked tirelessly to make this NHS chapter a vibrant part of the BMR community. I am truly honored to be part of this ceremony. First and foremost, I want to congratulate the students who are being inducted into the National Honor Society this evening. You are joining the ranks of those who, like yourselves, are dedicated to the principles of the society. And thank you to the current members who have done so much to improve the lives and those of the community and all the Blackstone and Millville schools. And in a special way, I want to thank you parents, all the new and current members, for setting an example and encouraging your child to be a contributing member of the community. And for those frustrating moments when you have your evening planned and then you hear something like, Mom, Dad, I forgot I have an NHS event tonight. Jen just texted me and I have to be at the library in 10 minutes. Moms and dads, thank you for your patience and unending willingness to put your life on hold. Tonight we have heard about the 4 pillars, the very foundation of the National Honor Society. I will not be speaking about these simply because the experts on each of these core values are sitting on the stage. The current members practice these values day in and day out, and those being inducted this evening have demonstrated by their work ethic that you too have the habits and the willingness to carry out these same core values. I won't talk about the 4 pillars, but I will speak about positive people, role models, and you. If you're able to use any of these ideas as you trek through life, good, because in life it comes down to what we do in passing it along. There is a Maya Angelou quote that we've heard several times tonight, which says, at the end of the day, people won't remember what you said or what you did. They will remember how you made them feel. Practice and use that ideal to guide you through high school, college, career, and family. Treat people well and fairly, the same way you want to be treated. That will be remembered. Here are some thoughts. 1, don't be afraid to be wrong or take chances. I was fortunate. I got to lead a department for 16 years before I came to BMR. First as a quality control manager in a juice production facility, and then as their quality assurance director. I got to make many decisions. Sometimes I got it right the first time, but not always. And you won't either. If you don't get it right, it isn't the end of the world. Things can be fixed. 2 of the best lessons I know I learned from Jim Hobson, a good old boy from Paducah, Kentucky, who was one of the brightest and kindest individuals I've ever had the opportunity to work for. He knew the value of people working in the factory and how to let them know their work was indispensable to the success of the company. People remember how you make them feel. The first lesson, Jim would say, make a decision, right or wrong, but do something. If it doesn't work, fix it and move on. how do you know if you've got it right? As my college environmental science teacher said, you don't. You work on something for as long as you can, to the best of your ability. You work, refine, rework, refine again. But eventually the deadline arrives and you have to submit the work. Will your work be perfect? Probably not. Don't be bogged down trying to reach perfection. It is an elusive target. Don't be afraid to hit the send button. Accomplish things even if they are not perfect. The second lesson, Jim would say, if you have the opportunity to move to a different job, then take it. Opportunities don't come along every day. And if it doesn't work out, you can always go back and do what you were doing before. Don't be afraid to take chances, reasonable ones. Get out of the comfort zone. That's how I arrived at BMR. An opportunity to teach was offered and I accepted. Very little of my experience had any connection to a classroom of teens that I was supposed to teach science to. I was terrified. But it was an opening to a new career, and I took it. No regrets. And I have had more fun in the classroom than anyone deserves. Take chances. Life is a banquet. Sample the opportunities. Second thought, find good role models. I've had many through my career. You will too. Learn from them. Glean what is useful to you, refine and perfect it for you, make it better, and then go out and share with one person, 2 people, 100 people. Were these people intentionally role models? Maybe yes, maybe no, but they had an impact on me. They were thoughtful and they shared their ideas. Do the same as you go through life. Treat people with respect and worth, and share what you know with them. Share how you have done things. Share what works and doesn't work. The person on the receiving end will appreciate it and know you are concerned for their best interest. Will they do something with it? Who knows? But you have given yourself and you are passing it forward. Be a role model. Care for others. That they will remember. Third thought, do what you love to do, and hang out with positive people. Negative people will bring you down. Avoid them. Your talents and abilities are too valuable to be wasted on negativity. Positive people will encourage you, perhaps challenge you, and keep you humble if needed, but they will always support you. We all face ups and downs in life and career. I'm fortunate. I've had more ups than downs. Perhaps it was luck or approach, but surrounding yourself with positive people will help you through the rough times. Be positive and supportive of others. Pay it forward. That they will remember. And be a little bit selfish and have some me time every day. Read, meditate, have a cup of tea. I heard this line recently. Go on a social media diet. Turn off the electronics once in a while and tune into what's going on around you. Once on a business trip on an airplane, I chatted for a couple of hours with this very outgoing, positive woman. She was a dean at a California college. Then it was time to do some work. I pull out the reports to read, and she pulls out a copy of the National Enquirer. College dean, obviously intelligent. National Enquirer? I'm sure the look on my face showed that I was shocked. Noticing my dismay, she said, "This is my me time, my diversion. It's mindless reading, but it helps me relax so later I can focus on the important things." Do what you love to do. Take time for you. Go to a movie. Do yoga, play baseball. If you take time for you, you can focus on the important things when you need to and produce more meaningful results. It is the meaningful things that people will remember. In summing up, don't be reckless, but take risk. Try things. If they don't work out, you can always go back. Seek out good role models. Don't limit yourself to just one, and then strive to be an exceptional role model for others. Be positive and take time to do things you like to do. Don't be selfish with your time, but if you make time for you, you will be able to give more time to others. As you go through life, be remembered for how you treat people, how you help people, and how you made them feel. That they will remember. Thank you for letting me be a part of your evening, and all the best to you in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Slate. Before I address next year's officers of the National Honor Society, I would like to say a few words to the current leaders. First, I'd like to thank the four of you for all the time and dedication you've put into our membership. Over this last year, it has been a pleasure working with all of you, and you should all be very proud of what a successful year we've had together. Love you guys. To the graduating seniors, thank you all for your hard work within our organization and for stepping up when you had to. Good luck in college next year, and may you all continue to hold up the principles of this society. Finally, thank you to the entire membership for everything you've done to help out this past year, and congratulations on a fantastic and unforgettable year. Kill it. At this time, I will address next year's officers of the National Honor Society. I am sure you will continue the great legacy and further expand the achievements of the National Honor Society and continue to better the Blackstone-Millville community. We will now conduct the installation of new officers. As each position is named, would the new and current officers please step up to the candle of knowledge. Please hold your applause until all of the officers are named. Historian, Jenna Gothier. Secretary, Michaela Martinelli. Treasurer, Cameron Sarandolo. Vice President, Megan Broder. President, Haley Gervais. I hope you have a productive and prosperous year with these new officers. Congratulations, guys. Each year, the new members are asked to invite an inspiring teacher, coach, counselor, or administrator from the BMR community to the ceremony. Remember that you are respected members of society who plant the seeds of learning with hopes of growing lifelong learners. This year's selections include Ms. Stephanie Dakota, Ms. Andrea Martino Harms, Mr. Mark DeWolf, Mr. Jeffrey Curran, Ms. Lisa Demers, Ms. Carol Conti, Ms. Nicole Shaughnessy, Mr. Todd Schaefer, Mr. Keith McNamara, Ms. Kevin Martins, Ms. Christina Robertson, Ms. Maureen Rose, Ms. Lisa Rounds, Mr. Stephen Slate, Courtney Allen, Nicholas Marcotte, and Lynn Gomes. So would they and all other faculty members present please stand and be recognized for your unconditional efforts and dedication to these outstanding students. On behalf of the 2017-18 National Honor Society, I would like to extend thanks and gratitude to the brass choir providing us with their wonderful music selection for tonight. Also, I would like to thank John Allen and Kaylee Azevedo for their work in the lighting and sound booth. A thanks to all of the supportive parents sitting in the audience tonight as well. You have helped each of us reach this point today, and you have inspired us each and every day to be the best that we can be. I would now like to thank our advisor, Ms. McLean, who has selflessly guided our membership by being the organizational force behind all of our initiatives and facilitating new projects with an open heart and mind. Each week, you bring exciting new ideas and plans for our membership that keep us going. Our National Honor Society would not have been as successful as it was this year without your help and support. You have nobly shaped the National Honor Society here at BMR and have defined the group with imaginative projects and revolutionary plans for the future. While we hope that you enjoy retirement, we will miss you dearly. The entire membership would like to thank you for your unwavering assistance this year and for the 17 years you have dedicated your life to spreading the torch of knowledge. Please stand and be recognized. This concludes our program. Would you please allow us to lead you out of the auditorium and into the cafeteria to celebrate the induction of our new members? We ask that you please remain seated until all members have exited. Thank you so much.